Hello and welcome, all friends and devotees of yoga and meditation and Buddhist studies. Today is Tuesday, 22nd of September 2015. For all those who are watching my videos for the first time, welcome. We have several websites attached to my videos, and on these websites you're going to find the works of one of the leading Buddhist authorities of our time, one of the really great Chinese Buddhist authorities of our time, Grandmaster Ching Kong. There are 3 books I always recommend to scholars and other students who are really interested in learning about Buddhism. The first is Buddhism as an Education, which we've already worked on last month. Then To Understand Buddhism, we've also worked on a couple of months back now. Buddhism as an Education, To Understand Buddhism, and then The Art of Living. These are the 3 books. I call them the 3 square meals a day of Buddhism. Buddhism as an Education, To Understand Buddhism, and The Art of Living. So working on The Art of Living, I'll refer you to page 21. I'm going to read to you from page 21. For all those who have any questions or comments, you know how to get in touch with me. My email address is c.aburime, c.aburime@hotmail.com, or Color College, color spelled British, C-O-L-O-U-R-C-O-L-L-A-G, colorcollege@hotmail.com. Watch my previous videos. You should be able to get the addresses correct from there. Okay, I'm reading now. If you're already on The Art of Living, just all you have to do is attached to this video. Go to the website, click on it, and proceed to page 21. How do we gain wisdom? Many people who grew up in our modern society would agree that wisdom is gained from information or knowledge. The Buddha told us the opposite. He taught us that wisdom is already within our self-nature. Wisdom is already within our self-nature. It does not come from the outside. Does not come from the outside. Upon reaching enlightenment, the 6th patriarch of Zen, Grandmaster Huineng, reported to his teacher that wisdom is something we all possess and that it is innate. Our good fortune, capability, and wisdom are complete. None of them can be obtained externally. The Buddha teaches us to look for them within our mind, our pure mind. Therefore, Buddhism is a study of the inner self. The inner self. Earlier this year, a group of professors, most of them from the University of Taiwan and the Central Educational Research Center, requested me to talk on the Diamond Sutra. Although I had not lectured on this sutra for almost 20 years, I gladly accepted the invitation as an opportunity to leave future Buddhists a lecture series to aid them in their studies. The Diamond Sutra is truly an important part of Mahayana practice as well as the core of Zen practice. It concentrates on the understanding of wisdom due to the advocation of Zen's faith. Zen's 5th and 6th patriarchs. This sutra became widely known in China, over 5,800 words in length. It is too profound for most people to completely understand. There have been several hundred explanations or commentaries written on this sutra alone throughout Chinese history. Earlier in this century, Mr. Weinong Jiang, who spent 40 years studying this sutra, Weinong Jiang wrote what has become a well-read commentary. He combined the essence of both the ancient and the current commentaries to make it easier for people to understand the sutra, and thus the true meanings of life and the universe. That was the work of Mr. Weinong Jiang. The Diamond Sutra, like other sutras, contains the principles and methods to achieve enlightenment. If we can master the principle and cultivate with confidence, we will become enlightened regardless of the method we choose. However, if we are not achieving improvement in our daily practice, then we must have overlooked the principles and methods of the sutra. For many years, I have been lecturing on the Pure Land method. Someone asked me, "Teacher, you have been speaking of the Pure Land teachings for so long. Why are you now lecturing on the Diamond Sutra?" When you think about it, the Diamond Sutra, the Amitabha Sutra, and the Infinite Life Sutra are all the same in that they encourage us to recite the Buddha's name without any attachment in order to be born into the Western Pure Land. If we did not already have a high degree of wisdom, good roots, merits, and good conditions, we would not have chosen the Pure Land School as our practice. When I was young, I made the mistake of thinking that this school was not a high-level practice. Fortunately, I met good teachers who tried to convince me of its importance. Still, I was unable to completely accept it. The confidence I now possess comes from having lectured on the Avatamsaka Flower Adornment Sutra for 17 years. It tells of how Manjushri Bodhisattva, Samantabhadra, Universal Worthy Bodhisattva, Maitreya Bodhisattva, the 41 levels of enlightened Bodhisattvas, Sodana, and the 53 spiritual guides all turned to the Pure Land School in the end. As I became convinced of its importance, I started to study the Pure Land Sutras. I realized that practicing the Pure Land method was actually the highest level of Buddha Shakyamuni's teachings, and of all the Buddhas in the 10 directions as they strove to help all sentient beings achieve enlightenment. I have lectured on the Diamond Sutra, the Infinite Life Sutra, and the Visualization Sutra. They all are concerned with the right and proper way of living. The Diamond Sutra speaks of the principle, while the Infinite Life Sutra and the Visualization Sutra speak of the specifics in practice and attainment. Mr. Weinong Jiang emphasized that one who cultivates prajna, innate wisdom, should chant the name of Buddha Amitabha in order to be born into the Pure Land. Folks, as I stop at this point for today. I'll leave the rest of it to your reflection, your contemplation, and your meditation. As the Buddha always stressed, meditation is extremely important. So you contemplate on these verses, you reflect on them, and if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. My email address again is c.aburime@hotmail.com or colorcollege@hotmail.com. Thanks, folks, and enjoy a blessed week ahead. Namo Amitofo.